Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Have you ever had the problem that you had a sprite sheet with pictures and only wanted to use a part of it? For example, for a small racing game or whatever. In the next few minutes I will show a solution and we will create a small program to make this possible. So enjoy the video. First, let's create a new WinForms project in Visual Studio. If you have difficulties with this step, please have a look at my channel. There are good tutorials for all levels, whether beginner or advanced. So for our test we use a Spritesheet from opengameart.org. I'll put the link in the video description. You'll find a large selection of good content here. After downloading, we'll put it in our project resources so that we can use it later. Now we'll create a simple layout to make our plans a little more interesting. Just a picture box with our sheet and another one for our desired image section. To select the image section, we use a combo box and a button. That's actually all there is to it. I set the speed a little higher so that we can get to the essential coding part. Don't worry too much about the layout, it should only visualize the thing. After the layout has been created, we use the click event from our button that was automatically created after double-clicking on the control for our code. First, we create a rectangle variable. We will use this to declare the part of the Spritesheet that we want to use. We also create two more variables of type integer to store the height and width of one of the cars on the Spritesheet. This will make it easier to jump to the different cars in the sheet later. The height of a car is equal to the height of the image loaded in the picture box. If we look at the image we can see that all cars are the same height and width and there are 5 cars next to each other. So the width of a car would be equal to the width of the image divided by 5. We use our combo box to select which part of the image, in this case a car, we want to load. More precisely, the text that we select. Here we have added the values car1 to car5 to the list, which we can now use. At this point we will fill our variable of type rectangle to save the corresponding position and size of the corresponding image section. The first car is not too difficult. The rectangle consists of the position where it starts. In the case of the first car, it is 0 for x and 0 for y in the top left corner of the image. The size of the rectangle is the same for all cases as the cars are the same size. Here we use the value saved for this. As the cars are next to each other, the y-axis of the position remains at 0 for all subsequent cases. Only the value for x always changes by 1 car width and thus moves to the right. Simple or? If there were another row of cars, the value of the y position would increase by 1 car height from the second row onwards. So now we have determined the selection of the image section using a switch statement and saved it in the rectangle according to the selection. But how do we get the corresponding image section from the Spritesheet to load it into the second picture box? We create a simple method for this. We want an image and can transfer the entire Spritesheet and the desired partial section. IntelliSense and Visual Studio directly generate a corresponding method that passes 2 parameters of the desired type and returns an image. In the created method with the appropriate name getNeededCar, we use the clone method from the System Drawing Bitmap class to get a part from the main image. Easy or? So that is all that we need to get a single car out of the sheet. Let's try if it's working. Yes, looks fine. We get the right image depend on our selection. This is of course only a basic tool, and only to show you this function. Feel free to use it in your own tools. Maybe to create a small top-down car racing game or whatever you want. And don't forget to enjoy what you do, to make it easy and fun.